Hi, and welcome to Geno's Pick Season 9, Joe. You gotta get a life. People, it seems like just yesterday we were starting out, and it seems like just 6 months ago, while everyone was saying Carolina in the over, Daddy said Denver in the under. So what did you do with all that money? You blew it. It was a long summer. There's a lot of hookers and cocaine to deal with. So you need to get these Week 1 picks immediately. But first, you know what really grinds my gears? Nothing. Ever again, because you can see my weekly rant on my weekly show on the Cumia Network, In Hot Water, with my co-host Aaron Berg. That will be all the rant you ever need. Now we get right to the good stuff. So let's get to it. Season 9, Geno's Picks. My first pick in a game Daddy will be at. Hard to get these tickets. The Cleveland Browns are traveling to the Lincoln, Philadelphia, where they're getting 4 from the Eagles. Really? So you're telling me the Eagles need to win by more than a field goal with their new QB Carson Wentz facing a Browns defense that may be bad, but you know what? It's not nearly as bad as the Eagles defense. And one thing we know is defenses play better for a quarterback that's keeping them in the game. And speaking of quarterbacks, really, let's not overthink this one because that's the position this game is going to come down to. You have RG3, who was named the team captain just this week, boosting his confidence with the offense, and who couldn't get a softer game to ease into his new team, facing an Eagles team that he is not only used to playing twice a season, but that he owns a 3-2 career record against as a starter. And Carson Wentz, who was named the starter just this week, boosting his uncertainty with this offense, and suddenly he finds himself an NFL starter with less than a week to get into that mindset. But hey, Eagles fans, don't despair, because Wentz does have something going for him too. For the third straight year, he'll be leading a Division II offense. Browns are going to keep it close and may even steal a win from the Birds to start the season, as Senior Wentz's era begins very badly, and Cleveland Brown eyes an upset, people. Take the Browns and the points. The next pick, the Titans are getting 2.5 from the Vikings in Tennessee. Wow, really? Because Daddy likes Marcus Mariota with yet another year under his belt, and he's going from the most inconsistent backfield situation in the NFL. Yeah, for the first time in 3 fantasy season drafts, I didn't hear someone say, Bishop Sankey will have the job by week 6. What the hell happened to him? Now he has one of the surest backfield situations, alternating between DeMarco Murray, who I think is well rested and ready to bounce back, and Derrick Henry. Now, don't get me wrong, because everyone knows the best running back in football is on the Vikings. And by that, I mean everybody, like the Titans defensive coordinator / genius, Dick LeBeau, who will pile up the box to stop Peterson and force whoever is starting at quarterback for the Vikes to beat them. Yeah, Mike Zimmer, I get it. You can act cute and not name who the starting quarterback is in hopes that it will be harder for the Titans to prepare, but that doesn't matter because we know who the starting quarterback for Minnesota will not be. Teddy Bridgewater, who had so gruesome an injury a few weeks back when he dislocated his knee on a non-contact injury that players on the field were doing one of two things. Half of them knew immediately how serious it was and that their season was over, so they began slamming their helmets to the ground in disgust. And were they ever pissed? The last time anything was slammed to the ground that hard at a Vikings practice, Adrian Peterson was babysitting one of his children. Thanks, Joe. And the other half of them saw And the other half of them saw his knee go sideways and started getting sick. Yeah, well, if you think they threw up when they saw Bridgewater's knee, wait till you see them vomit when they see Sean Hill's arm. Take the Titans and the points at home. My next pick, your Giants, Joe, and the Cowboys are a pick-em in Big D. You know what's fascinating about this game? I'll tell you. That despite the fact that the Cowboys are starting a rookie quarterback in Dak Prescott, and a rookie running back in Ezekiel Elliott, neither has ever played it down the NFL, yet the Cowboys opened up as 3-point favorites. The line has since slipped down to a pick-em, and really, I think that's exactly the right spot for this, because I think this is going to be a coin toss of a game that will come down to one of two factors: whether the experienced Eli Manning and Odell Beckham Jr. can exploit the Cowboys' soft defense, or whether Dak Prescott and Elliott can take advantage of the best offensive line in the game, which is why I think it will come down to a field goal. And while Dan Bailey is very good, Dallas fans, if there's one thing we learned from Josh Brown's wife this offseason, it's just how hard he can kick. Take Big Blue to actually hold on and beat Big D this year in the opener. He beat his wife. See, and we didn't do anything dirty at all. I wonder what that means. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday Night Better, as I like to call it. You had all that money? Let's get it back. The Steelers are giving 3 to the Skins in D.C. Fun fact, The Washington Redskins will be handing out burgundy towels before the Monday night game. And do you know why? Because the Steelers fans travel so well, asked San Diego last year, that the Skins are sure there will be a golden shower of terrible towels in the stands. But when you mix those golden towels, with a sea of maroon, well, suddenly they all combine for this lovely maroon and gold Redskins team color, right? And isn't that just like Washington, D.C., not addressing the real problem, which is the fact that the Redskins weren't good last year, and now they face a much tougher schedule against teams that spent the entire offseason studying the exact same boring offense they're going to bring back for this one without Jones, the running back. And that's why the Steelers turned this into a blowout, which is why it will be hard for Skins fans to watch, and which is also why I believe instead of towels, they should be handing out blindfolds. Because as long as the Skins are getting violated, they may as well do it like we all did as children, blindfolded at night while a cousin screams, "You like that?" as he desperately tries to come from behind. That's a rape joke. People, take the Steelers. Those are Geno's opening week picks.